give me a mic check now?
Testing 321, testing 123, 321, 123, 321. Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams, and we're once again updating you on what's happening with some snow showers. We have some lingering snow showers that have just decided to come back and revisit us throughout the afternoon. So we want to go ahead and dispel any concerns that you may have that we may be in for another significant dousing of snow shower activity. That's not going to be the case. First of all, let's go ahead and take a look outside, and we want to kind of peruse what's going on with our live views of what's going on around our viewing area. I'm going to go full screen here real quick. So first and foremost, in Dover, we are picking up a good deal of snow that's still being seen very easily on the grassy areas. The streets are still aligned with a good deal of melting, and we're concerned about refreezing going into the rest of the afternoon, going into the evening. But we're looking relatively clear for us in Dover. Now, we are still picking up on some snow showers. Right now, you can see dancing across your screen for Salisbury. And we are still seeing the traffic moving pretty steadily at this point. So it's not posing a problem there, but once again, the roads are about to get tremendously, a little more treacherous for us with the hard freezing that we anticipate with the significant drop in temperatures that when the sun goes back down yet again. We change up gears here and take a look at our expectations for what's happening in Laurel. We're looking at once again, we're looking at the grassy areas, once again, being covered significantly by the snow shower activity, and we're starting to see the winds pick up momentum as well. You can see the waves that are dancing right now with Lewis, and you can see the waves that are flying in the background. We actually have concerns for gale force winds continuing to be a problem, accompanied a great deal of the icy conditions we're expecting. And with our Lewis camera, you can see that the wind vane is really moving very rapidly as a result of the winds that's pushing through. Quick update on some of the snowfalls. We're looking at the most northern portions of the state. In Greenville, we had 6 inches of snow that fell, over 5 inches in Tally, over 4 in Glasgow, Smyrna, to over nearly 3.5 inches for Frederica, as well as Dover. We had over 2 inches of snow. Harrington, nearly 1.5 inches. A little closer to home, we had 1 3/4, 1.7 in Bridgeville that fell within this time frame. Seaford, nearly 1.5. We're at 1.4 at Seaford and Ellendale. And then we had Nassau and Laurel, 1.1 inches. And in Lewis, we had at least 1/2 inch. So here's what's going on right now. If you're kind of wondering, well, I thought we were done with the snow and we had a little snow that just came in right after. Well, it's actually this small little piece right here. I'm going to go ahead and track it for you with this cursor right here. See that small little plume? This is really a leftover chunk of moisture that's coming through courtesy of a cold front that's sliding through. And it's just really leftover residual moisture that had just enough oomph to cause concern for a few more snow flurries. We also had that same situation over Salisbury right here. I'm zooming in a little bit tighter to kind of show you what's going on with Salisbury. They are now underneath, just once again, light to moderate flurries for the most part. But the generalization for the whole thing is that things are really beginning to clear up for us. Here's a view of what's happening. That last amount of snow that's pushing through Milton right now is now making its way through Cool Springs, as well as Gosley and Angola by the bay. I'll put it on the last frame real quick to kind of show you where everything stands right now. You can see as we freeze it for you where those light snow showers are manifesting now in Milton, where we've had some snow showers. Those are coming to an end. That's that gray that you see here, okay? This is that gray that you see right in this area. So we see the Milton showers about to break up at this point, and then it's continuing to slide towards the southeast. Now, as you go down towards, let's say, Salisbury, we see that initial, once again, leftover residual moisture that's pushing across and just flaring up briefly. When you take a look at what's behind it, we're looking very clear behind it for the most part. Now, we may still have a couple of streams that may try to make its presence felt with a few more additional flurries, but as far as that, we're looking at right here, these small little indicators. This is the one that's down towards Chrisfield. Small amounts of flurries that's going to push across. So think of those as the echoes. When you yell down the street and you hear your echo come back, think of it as a residual echo, but not actually a main part of the system, because when I zoom out here, you can see the main push of the system is moving quickly towards the east, out of the way, and pushing right along with the frontal boundary that goes right along with it. Although it can be a little bit disconcerting for you, and I get that, we're looking at this coming to a pretty significant and steady end at this point. So you'll also notice that as we go throughout this time frame, the cloud cover is going to clear out, and we're going to be mindful of watching out for a chance of the winds really causing more problems. A newly issued gale wind warning is now active for us on Monday for Slaughter Beach down towards Lewis as we brace for 40-mile-per-hour winds there. We're going to have that same gale wind warning from the Rehoboth Beach down towards Ocean View and Fenwick Island. This means that along with the temperatures toppling quickly, the winds are going to start whipping around at about 40, possibly even 45 miles per hour, which is going to make the wind chills even worse. And the cold weather advisory is still in full effect for the Cambridge area, as well as the most southern portions of the Delmarva Peninsula. And we're looking for that cold weather to be a problem for the folks not only in Salisbury, but Ocean City, Snow Hill, Goodwill, George and Landing, Island Landing, and as well as Frog Eye and Westover. Generally speaking, we're looking for that concern for cold weather and black ice. It's now a warning that's now being sent out by the National Weather Service as of late. They're very much concerned about a glazing over of the streets as a result of all of this snow that's already fallen. As you take a look at our forecasting models, we're looking at maybe 5/100ths of an inch of rain at most. And so our potential snowfall maps actually worked out pretty good and pretty steady and dependable. Now, here's our concern for right now. Look at how these winds are really picking up more momentum. Even as you go into the late night hours for Sunday evening, you'll notice that these winds are going to stay clocking at between 35 to 39, near 40 miles per hour along the beaches, and then the inland areas, we're still looking at 30 to 32 mile per hour winds. That's a tremendous push, especially coming out of the northwest. That's not going to bode well for any kind of comfort level. And this is where we're going to end up by this evening. This is the big story right here. All right, you see where the cursor is circling, where the threes are? It's going to feel like 3 in Ellendale, 3 in Milton, and 3 in Georgetown. It's going to feel like 4 degrees in Millsboro as well as Selbyville. And this is as early as 9 o'clock this evening. And to be quite honest, as we go into the 5 o'clock hour, it's not going to get any better. In fact, this is something that's new that just popped up. Here in Milton, look at this. That's a new number that's with the new model run. We're looking at dropping down to 2 in Milton. And actually now, all of these numbers have just changed. We're looking at 4 to 5 for us at all the beaches, 2 in Milton, 3 Ellendale and Georgetown. It's going to feel like 4 in Selbyville, and this 3 down here in Berlin. That's a new number as well. So we're starting to see just a crazy amount of uncomfortable situation for us as far as the wind chill is concerned. Then, of course, there's the concern for widespread hard freeze. And this is also where the National Weather Service gave the most recent concern as far as the cold weather is concerned. When you're looking at the hard freeze here, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, no matter what kind of moisture we have in place, even if it melts during the day, any kind of moisture that's left in any of the cracks on the sidewalks or your stoops, your porches, or the streets, the smallest amount of moisture is going to freeze immediately, and it's going to cause very slick conditions. This is a time where people really fall unexpectedly because it looks like it's dry. It looks like it's dry, and it's not. It's not. Use your guardrails, use your handrails when you're going down your steps. You know, even if you're a vibrant 20-year-old, use it, because you can break your neck that at 20 years old too, okay? But it's going to be very important that you realize when we're talking about 3 straight days of hard freeze for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, even if the daylight comes about and it melts something, it's going to refreeze as soon as the sun goes down. And so that's why it's going to be exceedingly important that you take these advisories seriously. We are going to continue to keep you updated on our social media platforms as well as our app, and we'll have an update on what's happening with all the snow and give you a round of what's happening and what kind of manifestations we have as far as the snow is concerned throughout the entire viewing area at 6 o'clock this evening, and then we'll also update you late tonight after the football game. I'm Coast TV Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams with your update on our freezing and our snow. Remember that leftover snow? It's not another big storm heading our way. It's just kind of leftovers, just like, after Thanksgiving. And we'll be scraping those off the plate here in the next hour or so.